22nd. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Getting together with friends to watch the game? Then you'll need American Premium Vodka. Handcrafted and pure, this is the one thing all Americans can agree on. Founder Mark Gus Scott chose the finest natural elements America has to offer, and you'll taste how great it is to be an American. Now available at Bevmo, GoPuff, Hy-Vee, and Fairway stores. American Premium Vodka. This is the America we need right now. Go to AmericanPremiumVodka.com. Celebrate responsibly.
We're back, the one and only Fred Dreyer Show, the all-pro defensive end, the acting legend. I'm Michael Horn, Corey Marino, our producer, JD Jeremy Dayton, our producer also. So Ohtani comes back Monday night, and as Corey mentioned, he threw one inning, 28 pitches,
happen. That's why you need Repair That Glass. Specialized.
Western Reserve Radio is that maybe.
Keyboard Cat,
jobs at McDonald's, go by the drive-through window. They'll probably have problems counting out cash, because of their eyesight. They might give you back $10 instead of $1. I'm telling you, it's pretty sad, and it's happening not only in this one game, it's happening consistently across Major League Baseball. We'll take a break, wrap things up for you. It's the Fred Dreyer Show. Email Fred Dreyer at crntalk.com.
I'm holding in my hand the American Silver Eagle dollar. It's a beautiful piece of American history, and it's 1 ounce of silver. Originally minted in 1986, these coins are a beautiful classic piece of American history, and they're a great investment.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
Youngstown Patricians football. After a week off in week 3, the Patricians return home to face the Steel City Bobcats. Mark Means, Dave Clark, Dave Ferris with you as we are just about 5 minutes from getting this one underway. Dave, this is one of the premier teams in the PAFL in the Steel City Bobcats. They're 3-0, and they are ranked number 1 in Tier 2.
Right, and just from the chatter that I hear right from where we're at here in the press box, it sounds like they want to prove that that's exactly what they are, at number 1. There's been a lot of chatter, and we're right up against it, so I'm sure they're ready to get going.
The Bobcats are number 1. The Patricians are ranked 7th. The Cleveland Cobras, although they've had a tough schedule to start the season, they are ranked 10th. You look at the numbers for the Bobcats, owner, head coach Darren Jackson, they are averaging just about 27 points per game while only giving up 9 per game.
Boy, that's a big-time discrepancy there of 18
Ladies
points
and gentlemen, if I can have everyone's
they've been able
attention,
to win by. So we got a little time. I think
Just
they
the
want
other day,
silence.
one of the Patricians players, my grandmother, one of the Patricians players, lost their lives, and they were a big supporter for them. Our quarterback, number 11, Corey McElroy. If we could just have a moment of silence for him and his well-being, and also for the well-being of the family. Thank you.
We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get ready for kickoff here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and the iMedia One Network.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
My mother was always very active and independent, and she was familiar with her neighborhood. But one day, she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. She wasn't even really sure where she was at.
It's important for you to talk to someone about it. I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, we'll figure it out.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
Hey, you got this. Just breathe. Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Your home for PAFL football is the iMedia One Network. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
We are back at the Owl's Nest, the third of 4 home games for the Patricians as they welcome the Steel City Bobcats from Pittsburgh, averaging 26.7 points per game offensively, giving up 9 points per game defensively. The Patricians 3-2 overall, Dave, 1-2 in the PAFL. They won last week's game by forfeit, 2-0, so they are 2-1 as we go into week 4, averaging 16.3 points per game offensively and 14.7 points per game defensively. Bobcats won the toss. They have deferred. The Patricians will get the ball to begin today's game.
Right, and hopefully they'll be able to start off like they did last week. Their concentration level, everything on offense was really moving for them last week, and they need to come out strong this week here against the Bobcats.
We mentioned Bobcats ranked 1 in Tier 2. And the Patricians are 7th in Tier 2. Don't forget Cobras in action coming up tonight at the Snake Pit. They will get that game underway at 7 o'clock. And the Patricians are going to go left to right here in the opening quarter. Some new names on the roster. From the last time we were with you is now officially rosters are locked in the PAFL for the rest of this season.
Before we get any further, just wanted to make mention that we still need couple of volunteers for the chain game. We need one more. Beg your pardon. We need one more volunteer.
So we are trying to get to everything situated now.
Anyone wants to step up,
it looks like
team
Miguel Burgess is going to be back deep for the Patricians.
We thank you.
And that is Pete Cariotis going to do the kicking for the Bobcats.
Yeah, that's him. As we were able to see, he's one of the key players from last week.
He's a punter, kicker, handles all that special teams duties. And trying to get the lineup situated. And you know what? It's so warm today that even our officials have gone to shorts for this one, Dave. No long pants for them today. So you can hear the chatter, of course. The Bobcats, they are on the side below us here in the press box. Patricians on the opposite side of the field. Sunny and warm, no chance of rain. High in the upper 80s for this one.
About to kick off the game today. Back deep for the Patricians, number 6, Tyler Chapman.
That ball's going to be picked up by one of the up men across the 30 to the 35 to the 40 and spun down near the 42-yard line. And that is where the Patricians will start things off, 1st and 10.
And let's see how they come out with their offense this week. They was really diverse last week and being able to run and pass, and a lot of diversity there. Hey, we got another ref on the way. Referee Dave Height coming in now. Give them all 5 of them on. That's what we want. We've been having it.
So we'll spot the football right at the 40-yard line. Patricians left to right here in the opening quarter. They're going to split 2 to the right and 2 to the left. Looks like Zier Graham is going to be the starting tailback, the former Warren Harding Raider. So we're going to get someone from the Patrician sideline to sprint over, and they will join the chain gang as we were one man down, Dave.
Yep, and a very, very important one, too, in that one. You definitely need somebody on the other side of that chain gang.
All right, looks like we got the.
So we are now ready to go. Again, twins to each side of the formation. Zier Graham, the tailback. Miguel Burgess, Corey McElroy, the quarterback, the former Mineral Ridge Ram.
Yeah. It's something to see him. He's out here playing with a heavy heart. Sometimes, you dedicate that game to that grandma. Grandma's has always been very important.
Going to bring the 2 slot receivers inside. They're going to run it with Graham on 1st down. And Graham able to power forward for about 2 yards. It sets up a 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, coming out with a little physical play, running off tackle there. Good pursuit on the defense to get there, but showing them a little bit of physicality on that first play.
2nd and 8, 14:30, opening quarter, scoreless. Again, going to go twins to each side of the formation. Now they'll bring both slot receivers in tight into the backfield. They're going to play fake it. Looking downfield. Trying to turn the corner on the DN, breaks the corner, and he's going to go out of bounds near the 49-yard line, does Corey McElroy. And he's
Real
got that
close.
Speed to the edge, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what we talked about all the time is with both their quarterbacks, they can get out of the pocket and be dangerous. So they're definitely weapons on the wings there.
3rd down and 1 coming up for this opening drive for the Patricians. Patricians 2-1 in PAFL Tier 2. The Steel City Bobcats at 3-0. Going to split single receivers to each side. Now they'll put both of those receivers into the backfield with the quarterback McElroy under center. He's going to give the ball to the tailback, and he has stood up right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Might have lost about a half yard.
Yeah, he sure did.
No running room that time for Graham. It's going to set up a 4th down and a long 1.
Yeah, he actually got a good spot there. When you look at that spot, it may be short, but it just looking from this angle, it's very close to a 1st down, if you ask me.
When you have that extra week off like they did last week, gives you an opportunity to maybe expand the playbook a little.
A little bit, yeah, and they're coming out with a little different look in what they've been doing and that we've seen the first few games.
So it's 4th down and a 1. McElroy under center. Single back is deep into the backfield. McElroy works the hard count. Now he'll take the timeout. As the Bobcats did a good job to stay in position, not take the penalty. We'll step aside for our first timeout. Scoreless on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Off the timeout by Coach Harris. They will elect to punt the football away. David Harbaugh back to punt. Single returner back deep inside right about the 10-yard line for the Bobcats. Can't get you a number. That jersey's bunched up a little bit. So Harbaugh to punt it. Snap rolls back to him, picks it up, gets a nice kick away.
Sure did.
And over end, that's going to take a Patricians roll. And that'll come to a stop right at the 20-yard line. So for a bad snap, he was able to get away a pretty good kick.
Yeah, sure, and that's something he's been doing, and we've noticed that. You know, bad snaps, everything. He's done an excellent job in retrieving the football and getting it away with a good kick.
So not a big roster for the Bobcats that traveled for this one here in North Jackson, but we'll see their offense take the field for the first time. Numbers pretty easy to see. The names on top of them,
yep,
not so much.
No.
So 1st and 10 for the Bobcats, averaging just about 27 a game on the season through PAFL play.
Yeah, these two teams want to test our eyesight tonight.
Two receivers going to go to the right, two to the left side, single back in the backfield. Slot man goes in motion. They'll run it on first down. Going to go right up the gut with the football. And down across the 25, close to the 26-yard line on first down.
That run by the Bobcats will go for 5 yards, bring up 2nd down and 2.
Couldn't see what number that was, but I tell you one thing, he better put the football away. It was out there for the taking, as we would say. So you've got to get his hands around it. Patricians got to be more optimistic and go after the football.
2nd and 5 from the 25. We're under 12 minutes to play in the opening quarter. No score. Twins to each side of the formation. Single back in the backfield. Quarterback takes the snap. He'll hand it off on 2nd and 5. They'll run it off the right side. And that's going to be just a couple yards shy. Going to bring up a, call it 3rd down and 2 for the Bobcats.
D. Reed with the carry. We'll gain a couple yards, bring up 3rd down and 2.
Okay. It's a big down here for the defense and offense.
Number 11, Rasheed Farmer.
So Rasheed Farmer is the tailback. He's getting the majority of the work here early for the Bobcats. The quarterback, that is Ron Brown Jr. Now split backs with him in the backfield on 3rd down and 2. One receiver right, two to the left side. Running back sliding into motion. The quarterback's going to keep it off that outside, and he's able to turn upfield. He'll get the 1st down and more all the way down to the 35-yard line.
Very good execution on that offensive play. Patricians got to shift their defense when they see a lineup like that, especially when you have the short motion there. You got to adjust just a little bit, close in that gap, and you see that's right where they ran, right where the gap was, and was able to pick up that 1st down.
At the 31-yard line. Oh, beg your pardon, the 36-yard line.
So 1st and 10 for the Bobcats from the 36-yard line. Far receiver going to come in motion from right to left. Back to throw, pressure, he's going to be sacked in the backfield.
There it is.
They brought the blitz from the edge. George Freeman Jr. again with another sack.
That's at least 7 in the last couple of weeks. Because last week he had at least 5 or 6. The guy was just wreaked havoc in the backfield, and once again he's there. He's found a home for sure.
He's got a speed matchup advantage off the edge, and they've exploited that the last couple weeks. Loss of 6 sets up a 2nd down and 16 for the Bobcats.
Beg your pardon.
All right.
Patricians player on that sack is number 24, Mark Greer. Regardless, bring up 2nd down.
So 2nd and 16 from the 30. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Ron Brown Jr., the quarterback.
It looked like they want to draw on this here.
We're going to give the ball to the tailback.
You can see it. Good tackle there.
Rasheed Farmer for a short gain.
Yeah,
Bring
Mark
up 2nd down and long.
Mark Grier, great read there.
Rasheed Farmer Jr. is tackled in the backfield by number 24, Mark Greer.
Greer was, I mean, absolutely read that play immediately. He's seen it coming, and I could see it coming from here, and that's why I said watch out for the draw right there. And that's exactly what they tried. He read that immediately.
3rd and 15 from the 31 for the Bobcats.
They better get somebody on Freeman right now.
Twins on each side of the formation. Single back in the backfield with a quarterback, Ron Brown Jr. He'll take the snap, 2-step drop. Going to look to throw, fires downfield, man wide open across midfield and down near the 46-yard line. That pass is caught by D. Reed, number 1, and a 1st down for the Bobcats.
And they got to give him credit there. That was a good pass there on there. Good route. Only thing, got to tighten up that coverage because he actually was in good coverage position, just too much room.
So the 1st down is going to be marked to the Patricians' 47-yard line.
46-yard line.
They will send 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Single back in the backfield with the quarterback. Going to flip it to the receiver who came in motion, try to cut inside.
No, he had nothing.
And there were 4 black jerseys right there to make the play. No running room whatsoever.
At all. That was good defense there.
That's Deshaun Butler on the carry. And not a lot of room for Butler.
Good play by L.J. Rosa, who stayed home. And just by him staying in his lane and staying home, he had nowhere to get to the outside. And the pursuit was there to catch up on him.
2nd down, 13 at the Patricians' 49-yard line. Bobcats split 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Single back now in the backfield. High snap, back to throw. Pressured again, sacked again. Coming up the middle, that's Mark Greer again with the sack, his 2nd of the day. And it moves them back to 3rd and long for the Bobcats.
Boy, oh boy.
Mark Greer on the sack. That'll be 3rd down, 20.
That's one thing we got to say. They are definitely showing a pass rush and have been doing it all season long.
We talked about it 2 weeks ago. This defense has taken a huge leap forward from last season.
Absolutely. That pass rush is something.
3rd and 20. Back to the Bobcats' 45-yard line. Split 2 to the right, stack 2 to the left. Quarterback Brown Jr. takes the snap, looks to throw, fires downfield. That pass is going to be.
No, that hit. That's the.
Going to call that a catch. The official over here said that's a good catch.
Oh.
He came back to the football, made a sliding grab. The official working the sidelines, didn't see an indication from him at all, but it's 4th down and a long 1 for the Bobcats.
Man. Well, I don't know. I thought it had a little skip to it. That's what I think. I could. Be honest, I couldn't see it real good, but just the sound of it sounded like the ball might have skipped just a little on me.
So call it 4th and a long 1. Rasheed Farmer now in there at the tailback spot. Quarterback Brown Jr. is going to keep it. He'll have the 1st down. Actually, that's a new ball carrier in there on the carry for the Bobcats, and a 1st down.
Number 5, Dewan Green on the quarterback keeper. That run will go for a couple of yards.
So it's a 4th down conversion for the Bobcats.
1st and 10.
Yeah, that was a big play there on that third down.
10 at the 23-yard line.
See George Freeman Jr. check off to the sidelines for the Patricians.
It's hot. I don't know if he's injured or anything like that. It is definitely hot out there, so I know a lot of these guys are going to have to get a break.
Rasheem Farmer, the tailback. Ron Brown, a junior, the quarterback. Twins to each side. Going to give it to Farmer again, and he's able to push the pile inside the 20.
Pitches the ball off to number 11.
And it's going to bring up now a, call it second down and about 6 to go.
Yeah, they're trying to pound in between the tackles, make this a physical football game, make the heat be also a factor in this game. So staying on the ground, trying to run the ball inside, and then dabble with a little pass every now and then when they need to.
Second down, 5 from the 20-yard line. Ron Brown Jr. takes the low. Snap ball was loose, and the Patricians will fall on that football.
Yeah.
As it just flew up into the air, and that ball was scooped up by the Patricians defense, and they forced the early turnover.
Yeah. Anthony Harris, it looked like they was able to catch that. And I tell you, now Harris caught that ball. Yeah, Anthony Harris on the recovery. And I tell you, if he was able to have his footing on the catch,
he had clear sailing.
He had clear sailing to the end zone. He just happened to was slipping down as he caught that football.
We're down to 3:37 to go in this opening quarter. We are scoreless. We've exchanged possessions. This will be the second for the Patricians here this afternoon. Sunny, warm, in the mid-80s. Youngstown area expected to have highs in the 90s for the next 4 days or more. Back to throw it. Going to take that shot downfield. Receiver out there. Some hand fighting for the football. But that ball for Christopher McCullough falls incomplete.
We didn't talk about Christopher McCullough. You just got to put it there for him. Guys, every week we done seen somebody matched up on him. And if he's running a go route, they cannot stay with him. He makes up the difference and gets separation.
So it's 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line. McElroy, the quarterback. Zier Graham is the tailback. Single receivers to each side on 2nd down and 10. We're going to run it with Graham right up the middle. And Graham going to push down to about the, call it near the 29-yard line.
Yeah. Nice little physical run up inside. Get him there. Put him in a tough situation for us third down, but that was a nice physical run up inside.
So it's 3rd down and 6 from the 29-yard line. We go under 3 minutes to play in this scoreless first quarter. Jackson Milton Youth Day here at the home of the Patricians. Graham going to remain the tailback. McElroy is your quarterback. Twins to each side of the formation. McElroy to throw. Rolling to the outside. Eyes downfield. Looking for the first down marker. And he's going to have a first down for the Patricians, as he had a good job to eye that stick, Dave, and get just enough to move the chains.
Yeah, absolutely. A smart move, too. You know, the smart move was actually something very simple. He changed from the right hand to the left and stuck it out. If he was stuck out with the right hand, he might have been short. So it's just thinking on his feet. So great play on his part.
So the first down run by Corey McElroy, the former Mineral Ridge Ram, keeps this drive on the move for the Patricians. Going to bring those 2 receivers inside. We've got the Miguel Burgess now in there at the quarterback spot. He'll hand it off on first down. And no running room.
Yeah, he had nothing there. And I think it was a misassignment there because that linebacker was able to get there with no one in there. So I'm thinking there was some kind of missed assignment on the block there for him to be able to get right to the ball carrier.
Second down and 10 for the Patricians as we approach 1 minute to play in this scoreless opening quarter.
Now here's the offense that we normally have seen.
Go Twins to each side of the formation.
With the dangerous Burley.
Burgess going to run the football. Burgess diving across the 40 and down near the 43-yard line. And he's going to have a good gain for the Patricians.
Yeah, he's a dangerous guy with the ball in his hand.
To the point where you could hear the Bobcat defense, quarterback run. They saw 8 check in. They know what he can do.
Yeah, he could do it. And the thing about him, both quarterbacks can run the football very well. They both are dangerous getting out on the wings. So you definitely got to be able to defend that.
McCullough going to come out wide to the right side. He'll be outside the hash marks if we would have them. McElroy to throw it. Pressure, steps up, avoids the rush, and he's going to go down in the backfield. Check that. That's Miguel Burgess, number 8, getting sacked, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And he made a smart little decision at the end there. He's seen somebody open, basically Jordan Eaton, number 20. He was open, but
that'll bring us to the end of the opening quarter. After 1, it is the Bobcats 0, the Patricians 0. You're listening to Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One Network.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Back to the Owl's Nest. We go to the second quarter between the Patricians and the visiting Steel City Bobcats. We have no score, and once again we'll have David Harbaugh out to try to punt the ball away. Single returner back deep for the Bobcats as he'll stand at his 30-yard line. Good snap this time back to Harbaugh. Gets away a high, booming kick.
Yes,
he really got into that one.
Yes, he did.
Dropped back to about the 15-yard line on
nice
the return.
Tackle.
Then a great open field tackle by the special teams. That is 33, I believe. That is
like
Carter Scott. Was it 33 or 36?
Looked like 36.
So that's Landon Bates down there on special teams then making the tackle, Dave.
Yeah. Great play there. And what a punt. I mean, he got that one out of there.
What a weapon Harbaugh has been, punting the football, flipping the field, and don't forget 2 for 2 in field goals on the season.
Yeah.
So back come the Bobcats as they will begin this possession.
Steel City Bobcats will begin this drive at the 20-yard line.
So they'll start at the 20.
In the second quarter of play.
Ron Brown Jr., the quarterback, talked to some of their coaches, said consider him an athlete. He'll line up all over the field. 1st and 10 from the 20, just underway here, second quarter. Going to pitch it to the deep back, trying to turn the corner, and he has stood up and pounded back after a short gain.
Yes.
Don't have a 24 on the roster, but that was his carry.
Yep, looked like Pringle. If that looked like that's who was on that tackle there. Yep, number 9.
Second down and 6.
So we've got a gain of 4. It's second down and 6.
And I noticed they got Pringle playing a different position, Mark, when you see him out there. Usually he's on the DN. They have him more at the linebacker position. If you see him out there now.
Second and 6 from the 24-yard line. Brown Jr. bobbles the snap. He's able to pick it out of the air. Has time in the pocket. Going to take a shot downfield and through the hands of the intended target. And incomplete.
Yeah, and I know they wanted interference there, but that right there is a good non-call. They both were going hand fighting, and I think that's how they looked at it and said, hey, we'll just let that go as just a good play.
I didn't think you ever accepted interference as a former corner.
No, I wouldn't. That's why we didn't want to talk about it. We didn't say it. See, notice I didn't say that word.
I mean, you never,
hand fighting is all I said.
You never tugged on a jersey or you know had gloves that matched the other team. You never did anything like that, did you?
No comment.
Well, your playing days are over, so you can let us in on the truth now. Third down, they're going to run it and tripped up and falling forward again. It's number 24.
Big tackle there because he could have broke it. Derek DeMattia. If it wasn't for that tackle, boy, he could have broke it.
That'll give the Bobcats a first down.
Yeah, but that was the old tricks, Mark. And to be honest, you're right. Yep. Wear the gloves just like the uniform. All kind of different things you can do.
So
force the guy to the sidelines, and once he's out of bounds, he can't get the ball anymore. So it's all kind of different things.
Brown Jr., the quarterback, takes the snap, stops, looks, now being pressured. He'll roll backside, set the feet, take a shot downfield. That passes short of his intended target. That was looking for Tyler Sherrill, number 2, and that'll fall incomplete.
Yeah, too much pressure. I mean, that pressure from Greer and Freeman. You also had LJ Rosa in there. It's just a lot of pressure they're getting on the quarterback, and he can't really settle down and try to throw the ball.
Rasheem Butler going to check in at the tailback spot on this second down and 10. 13:02 to play. First half, we are scoreless between the Bobcats and the Patricians here in week 4 of the PAFL.
Well, here they're trying to set up for a slant right here.
Trips to the right. Running back behind the quarterback. Ball's loose on the turf. He'll pick it up, and then he'll eat the grass as they were two Patricians there to make the play.
LJ Rosa, number 67, back there real quick, along with our guy that's always there, and George Freeman, number 2.
So this will set up a 3rd and long now for the Bobcats, and they had success converting a couple 3rd and longs on that opening drive.
Yeah. Well, I really think they are concerned with the pass rush. I mean, because he's trying to grab the ball and get where he needs to get quickly instead of settling down. That pass rush is just tenacious.
3rd down and 20. We'll let you know one of the new guys in seeing some action now defensively for the Patricians, defensively, as it's 3rd and 20 from the 20 for the Bobcats. Brown Jr. back to throw, steps up in the pocket, pressured again, throws on the run. That pass is going to be caught.
He's real short. He's short, at least 5 yards short of the first down.
That pass is going to be caught by number 5. It looks like Jaquan Green.
Yeah.
Going to bring up 4th down now. So 4th and long now for the Bobcats. And there in the secondary, one of the new guys, Trey Bell, number 16, and they're at safety for the Patricians.
So on the field kick is Pete Carrios. And back deep for the Patricians is number 8, Miguel Burgess.
So Carriotis will punt the ball away. Bobcats were down a man. They'll have Brendan Anderson sprinting onto the field. So Carriotis to punt. 2 men back deep for the Patricians, including Miguel Burgess, number 8. And now we've got whistles. And what? And one of the guys for the Patricians set off the field.
Yeah. You know they want Burgess to get that ball.
It was Andrew Moody, number 30. High snap. rush on. They get the high kick away that is going to take a roll and roll inside the 35-yard line. And with 10:38 to play here in the first half, Patricians are going to get the ball back in this scoreless game, Dave.
Yep, they're going to get it around their own 35-yard line, which is great field position. So we see what they can do with it.
We've got a scoreless game here in the first half.
Yeah, competitive game. Both defenses stepped up when they need to. But I'm really impressed with Patrician's defense.
So they are going to take a break for hydration, which leads me to ask you this question, which we should do here on the press box as well.
Right.
With the heat,
yeah,
does it hurt one side of the ball or help one side of the ball more in this kind of weather?
Yeah, well, one of the things that I think it could take a toll on the defense if you are able to run the ball on a consistent basis. If you can run the ball and stay inside the tackles and keep pounding it 3 yards, 4, 6, you keep that first down, you keep the markers moving, it'll wear defense down.
You're saying play some Woody Hayes football.
Yeah, that will. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're talking about if we want to talk about that, yes. In a cloud of dust, that's what we're talking about.
This field is in great shape, so I don't think we're going to have
we won't get that.
No dust today, but Jackson Milton doing a great job maintaining this field. 1st and 10 for the Patricians. Going to run the football on 1st down. And we're going to say no gain on that play. Bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Yep.
And a lot of people just all bunched up inside.
Yeah, that's what we're just looking at power on power because everything is just bunched up in there. And that's not what we usually have seen from their offense.
You know what else we haven't seen so far? We got 10-12 to play in the first half. We haven't seen a target for Landon Bates yet either.
Yeah, no. Not even attempt, not even anything his way. So, yeah, that is strange until right now when he's out wide right here.
Bates, a team leading 4 touchdown receptions on the season.
Oh, well, shifts in. I don't care if he shifts inside.
Man going to go in motion. They're going to run it again. And this time, nothing going again for this Patricians offense. Drop back to the 30-yard line, 31-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd down and long. And defenses have had their way here in the first half.
One thing I'm going to say, when I said it before, and it went for both teams, I said going inside on the tackles, between the tackles and run the ball. I think that's what you got to do. I don't think you can really run it wide unless you see, like we see with the quarterbacks getting wide. Just running the ball wide, too much speed on both teams. The pursuit is there, and they're just not getting anything on wide runs. So probably on the next play, they'll have a sweep for about 30 yards.
3rd down, 14 from the 31-yard line. Under 9 minutes to play in a scoreless first half. Corey McElroy, the quarterback, takes the snap. Going to run it to the wide side. Quarterback run all the way with blocks downfield. He's close to the first down marker before being pushed back. I think it's going to bring up 4th down, and now we've got
we're gonna get
multiple flags.
It's going to see what they call something.
Flags came in late.
Look like they're pointing towards Steel Valley. But let's see. I'm not sure. Still. Yes. I think if it's against them, it'll be a 1st down.
It will be against the Bobcats.
Yep. That'll be a 1st down.
A couple extra, more than enough yards at the end of the play to bring up 1st down for the Patricians.
So tack on the penalty yardage, and the Patricians now in to the Steel City Bobcats territory.
Yeah, that late hit, really unnecessary. They already had him stopped. His momentum was stopped to come in there and try to lay some wood there. You cost your team. Now this is what you want right here, Mark. Is you want to get Landis out here one-on-one with whoever it is, and if he's able to run his route.
1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. McElroy got to hand the ball off on 1st down and spinning his way forward for a couple of yards. That's Graham. He got hit right at the point of attack, Dave, and was able to use that strength and that frame to push forward for about 3 yards.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right, that frame, because that's the low center of gravity. When he was hit, he just stopped for a minute, and then he kept on churning those legs and was able to pick up about 3 yards on it. And really where he was hit, he was in the backfield.
2nd and 7 from the 46, 7.5 minutes to play, scoreless first half. Patricians right to left on the move in Bobcats territory. They go single receiver right, now trips to the left side. Back to pass with time, gonna go downfield, pass caught just shy of the 30-yard line. And that's a seed downfield to Ryan Royster, who made the reception for the first down.
Yeah, that was right on target. I mean, he drilled that pass there. Nice timing pattern.
That play will go for just
so that'll be a first down to about the 31-yard line.
31, 32-yard line.
Really haven't seen the Patricians open it up and go downfield till that last throw here in the first half.
That pass completed by number 81, Walt Alley of the Patricians.
Yeah, I don't think that was Walt Alley out there throwing the football, that's for sure.
So that looks like Miguel Burgess in at the quarterback spot. Back to throw. Burgess with time downfield, pass intercepted, cutting right across in front of the defense, making that interception, and then that is Greer on the tackle as that linebacker just kind of dropped underneath in coverage and he threw it right to him.
Yeah, that linebacker, I think it was Jawans Bryant, who was able to get there.
And the Bobcats will start with ball at midfield.
So the Bobcats take over at midfield. 6:07 to play here, first half. No score in the game. TPI Custom Photo Lab is the official banner supplier of the Youngstown Patricians. Find them online at tpiphoto.com or call 330-793-3456.
Yeah, I tell you, that last pass that he did complete that was in traffic was a very nice throw, but I don't think that's the way you want to go. You want to get guys where you can get them one-on-one in space a little bit and don't put yourself in harm's way.
So 1st and 10 for the Bobcats, who have some confusion. And now the Patricians are going to take a timeout. 6:07 to play in the first half. Bobcats and Patricians scoreless on Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem Sports Talk is on the iMedia One Network, Youngstown, Ohio.
Coach Harris burns his first time out. He's got a pair left to go here in the first half.
And they're right at midfield on offense. So let's see what the Patricians defense has to offer here.
Gonna move a receiver in motion, go trips to the left. Brown Jr. back to throw. Receiver made the catch with the knee down, but he moved up the field to the 45-yard line before contact, so that's a gain of 5. It's 2nd and 5 from the 45-yard line.
Yeah, they got a nice little pass out there to the side there. Good defense, too. They was able to pick up 5 on that.
Go for a couple yards,
so 2nd and 5 from the 45. 5:35 to play here in the first half. Bobcats break the huddle. They'll come to the line of scrimmage. Looks like Farmer there in the backfield. He'll get the handoff deep into the backfield, and he got tripped up from behind and pulled down. Able to dive forward for about a yard.
That's Freeman right there. Number 2, George Freeman with that tackle. And it looked like he was going to have a little bit of room to get outside, but that pursuit speed was able to get there. And that's what I'm talking about. Both teams have very good speed in their back 7.
3rd and 4 for the Bobcats. Need to get to the 40 for a first down. Trips to the right, single receiver left side. Brown Jr. back to throw, clean pocket, downfield, would have had a first down, but the receiver juggled and dropped the football. That's Darnell Jordan, I believe, the intended target.
Yeah, it looked like that. It was put right on target. He was ready to take off before, and he had it. I mean, he was right at the marker.
So 4th and 4, the Bobcats are going to go for it on 4th down once again. Patricians going to work with a single high safety, bring in the extra corner.
Yep.
On this 4th down and 4. Twins to each side of the formation. Slot man comes in motion from left to right. Now they'll set with trips to the right. Brown Jr. back to throw, fires downfield, same play, different receiver.
Oh, no, he got it there. He got it there.
Fell forward for the first down.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be short there, but yep.
So that's Green on the reception for the first down. They found a little spot right there in the middle the last couple of plays that they've been able to work.
Yeah, they've been able to get there, and that pass rush slowed down, and I'm looking on there to see who they have, and they have substituted quite a few. Greer on 24 is still out there, but he's been playing the entire time. I'm sure he's got to feel a little bit with this heat out here.
Keith Jackson now in at one of the tailback spot. 2 receivers to the left. They got a tight end stood up and flexed on the right side. 2 backs in the backfield with Ron Brown Jr., the quarterback. Takes the snap. Looks to throw. Pressured as he rolls to the outside. Flag on the play. Pass deflected and incomplete.
Number 3,
looking for Mills downfield, and that pass will fall incomplete. It's a holding penalty.
That'll be a holding penalty against the Bobcats.
Against the Bobcats that they
You know, when you think about this game so far, it hasn't been a lot of flags thrown out here. It's been some physical play, too.
Bring up 2nd and 20.
So 2nd and long for the Bobcats. It'll be 2nd down and 20. Coming up at halftime, we've got a special guest joining us in the booth. We will talk to Patrician CEO President John Galbraith joins us at the half. Gonna run it on 2nd down and long, right up the middle. Big gain by 24, breaking tackles.
Yeah.
And he's all the way down near the 15-yard line.
And that's something we seen last week where they was playing stalwart-type defense, and then they give up a big run with a guy that went north and south. If you notice when he ran that football, he wasn't dazzling around or anything. He went north and south, and big gain on that play.
So 1st and 10 for the Bobcats at the Patricians' 15-yard line. 2.5 minutes to play, first half. Single receivers to each side. Tight end standing up, slot to the right side. Hear the wind whipping through our crowd mic. Brown Jr. back to throw. Has time. Fires behind the receiver. Ball popped in the air. Intercepted by the Patricians down the sidelines. They got the angle on him and knocked him out of bounds. That pass is intercepted by Darion Owens, and that is the second turnover forced by the Patricians defense, both deep in their own territory.
Can you believe it? I was just thinking to myself, they could pick it off, and they absolutely did that, reacting. That's what you want to do as a D-back, a linebacker, the tip drill, the old tip drill. Get to the football, and that's what happens when you get to the football.
Third turnover combined here in the first half. Second on the Steel Valley Bobcats.
Well, this is something, Mark. Like you said, we done had a drive twice, one by each team, getting in the scoring opportunity area, and they throw an interception.
So this is the 2-minute timeout as well. But we will keep it right here as Patricians offense wants to go from their 45-yard line. Corey McElroy back in there at the quarterback spot, will drop to throw. Gonna fire it downfield, receiver makes the catch, turns upfield. That is a good first down play to Jordan Eaton, number 20 on the reception.
Yeah, the offense need to move with some urgency there. He picked up about 6 yards on that play, not bad. But you got a minute 40 in running, and it's not a lot of urgency on offense. I would try to move that ball and get into some type of at least field goal position. They're very slow right now.
Substituting late. 2nd and 4 from the 49-yard line. McElroy inside run this time.
You have to call a timeout now. They're gonna have to. I'm thinking.
That's Graham again on the carry. We approach a minute to go. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
Well, I guess he's thinking something different.
We know Harbaugh's got the big leg. We've seen him hit from 35 and 38, but they need a good 25 yards or so.
Yeah, well, we'll see if they're going to try to go to our guy here and see what happens from here.
3rd and 3 from the 48. McElroy to throw. Looking downfield, that ball was deflected and incomplete. The intended target was Ryan Royster. Going to bring up a 4th down and 3 for the Patricians. 33 seconds to go in the half.
Now you go ahead and try to flip the field and play good defense and go in at halftime. 0-0 will be the best option you can have.
They will bring Harbaugh on to punt the ball away. Bobcats figuring out who they're going to send back deep to return this punt. Looks like Tyler Sherrill, number 2, going to drop back deep.
The Patricians will option to kick the ball here. Number 39, David Harbaugh back to kick.
Harbaugh going to punt returner. He's going to drop back deep this time.
Yeah, he's
good
definitely
snap
deep.
Back to him. They protect him as that kick is away.
That's a nice height on it.
End over end. This one will take a Bobcats bounce, then a Patricians roll. And they'll down it with 23 seconds to go in the half. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line with those 23 seconds to go. And we'll see what Steel City elects to do here. They have 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah. See if they elected to go into at the half, regroup. We'll find out.
It's been a fast-moving first half as we
have.
Kicked off at 4 o'clock, and it's 8 minutes shy of 5 o'clock.
Yeah, and that's because they've been on the ground early on. It was mainly a running football game, back and forth, staying in between the tackles and a couple little runs, nice runs in there, but it's been mainly a game that's been on the ground. This has been a physical football game, and everybody's going to definitely take that halftime break, get hydrated, because they're going to need it, because they definitely have put out some effort in this first half.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, joined by Patricians President, CEO John Galbraith. They'll join us at the break. So Bobcats, 1st and 10 from their 15-yard line as we had a little bit of a break. Patricians going to drop back deep, try to keep everything underneath them. And it looks like they're just going to
take
a
clock
knee
out.
and let this run out here in the first half of action. So we have come to the end of the first half. At the half, it is the Steel Valley Bobcats 0, the Youngstown Patricians 0. When we come back, we'll be joined by CEO President John Galbraith of the Patricians. Halftime, we are scoreless on Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Your home for PAFL football is the iMedia One Network. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for the... And there they go, almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the
right seat. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Look through your children's eyes to see the true magic of a forest. It's a storybook world for them. You look and see a tree. They see the wrinkled face of a wizard with arms outstretched to the sky. They see treasure in pebbles. They see a windy path that could lead to adventure. And they see you, their fearless guide through this fascinating world.
Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Halftime continues. We are joined by the president and CEO of the Patricians, John Galbraith. John, thanks for taking a few minutes of time to join us. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem.
So I'm going to ask you the question I think I've been asked 750 times in the last 6 months. What exactly is a patrician?
A patrician is, in Roman times, it was considered a nobleman, kind of high in the time period. Don't ask me how St. Pat's ended up getting that name, but that's how where the name came from.
And this is a team that played football, in the 1920s in the Youngstown area that you decided to carry on?
Yeah, so in 1911, St. Patrick's Church, when St. Patrick's Church started, gentleman by the name that was a priest, his name was Father Martin, decided to get a sports club going where young men played different kind of sports and activities to socialize. You know, it was a Christian faith, Catholic-based, or Christian-based organization.
So I know this organization is set up a little differently than others, and it's semi-pro. Explain how it's set up differently and why you went that route.
Okay, so we're actually a nonprofit 501c3, and I decided to go about that way, number one, because when I met with the Diocese of Youngstown to get permission to carry on the team name, they wanted to make sure that it was going to be a community involvement, and that we weren't going to be utilizing it for any profit or financial gain. And to be quite honest, set it up where if I decide to step down, somebody else could just take the reins, and it's going to be a little bit more easier and transitioning and going on from there. So different boards, different people from the boards could come and go, but now it's set up, so they can hopefully carry this on for years to come.
And one of the things I know that's become very important to you, and it was a lot leading up to the season, I know it will be as things continue, you've really tried to be involved in the community as much as you can.
Absolutely. One of the things that when we first started this, when I talked to a couple of people from the community, was definitely to get the community involvement in it. We've done within 3 months, we've reached, we've made donations up to $3,000. One was to the St. Baldrick's Foundation to fight childhood cancer. We did that in March, and that was a great opportunity to give back, especially to kids that were fighting cancer. And another event that we're going to be holding is a Braden Great House event game. Half our proceeds will be given to a kid from the community, the Jackson Milton community, that is currently fighting cancer. So we're hoping to gain some, donations and proceeds to help benefit him.
One of the other things, of course, to talk about is the game day experience. Being at home at Jackson Milton has brought a lot of opportunities for you. I know ticket prices are exceptionally reasonable. You offer an amazing concession stand, and there's also some team merchandise available as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, fortunately for us, Jackson Milton and Abby Fishborn gave us permission to utilize the old stadium. They welcomed us with open arms. They gave us permission to use the concession stands, and we have actually Coach Dawn Harris's wife, Trina, actually runs it, and really good food. There's really good food. We have a wide variety of things on the menu, from walking tacos to hamburgers, hot dogs, all kinds of good stuff, French fries, everything you can think of. And the ticket prices, we decided to keep the ticket prices down to $10, just to make it so that families can come out and enjoy a good, fun-filled day of clean, hard-nosed football.
And it's been exciting for the first 2 home games. We've only got one more home game left after this afternoon's game. But another big thing for the organization is you've worked twofold with me, because you've done some advertising with Sports Radio 1240, some other things for that coming in the future. And you've also partnered with us at the iMedia One Network to broadcast all of the games.
Yeah, absolutely. It was with Cleveland Cobras being associated with you guys, and knowing the owner, Jesse, and you guys doing local, high school sports events and stuff like that. You guys did a terrific job. It was just we felt that it was a good relationship to go in with you guys, and we hope to continue that.
We appreciate your time, and we're going to take a break. We will come back. We'll get ready for the third quarter right after this on Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One Network.
Frenchak here at the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Experience. We're all about experience. The experience of our expert quick lube techs, and also the experience we provide you with every oil change. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come here to the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City for the experience. Drive in, drive out. It's that easy. The Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem Sports Talk is on the iMedia One Network. Youngstown, Ohio.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Halftime continues here on Western Reserve Radio 2 and the iMedia One Network. Mark Means, Dave Clark, Dave Ferris doing the production, and now is the time typically in the third quarter, Dave, where we go over the first half scoring. Are you ready?
Yeah, you ready?
That's the first half scoring. No score here at the half. It has been the Patricians' defense that has bent but not broke, as they forced 2 red zone turnovers in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm very impressed with that. Now, if we get to see it, Mark, shift to the second half, then we got something, because we done seen this a couple weeks with them. That first half, they play a tremendous defensive game, and then they start having it's almost like a machine, start having mechanical problems in the second half. So let's see if they can keep it going, because they have played an excellent defensive game in the first half.
Patricians electing to stay outside of their locker room in the shade off to our left, off of our camera view. The Bobcats, they elected to stay on the field right below us in the sun at halftime, rather than make the walk to their locker room, which is a little bit further away, because I made that walk myself before pregame. And it's one of those where we've seen it. There has been first half success and second half struggles for the Patricians.
Yeah, it sure has, and that's what they got to do. They got to correct that. And I don't know what happens. It's like we see a whole different team the second half, and I just think they need to try to come out, do exactly what they were doing in the first half, which shocked us. We wasn't used to seeing a real tight formations and running the ball in between the tackles, but I think that's the type of game you got to do with these teams today.
We are going to take a break. When we come back, we will get Dave's keys to the second half for the Patricians. Bobcats and Patricians scoreless at half on Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One Network.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I gotta tell you, I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too, but I'm glad we are.
Love Has No Labels and One Small Step are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and life experiences come together through conversation, and it feels good.
Wow, your story is so...
Interesting?
Yeah.
When people actually sit down, talk, and listen to one another, they can break down boundaries and connect as human beings. At lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep, you can listen to amazing, life-changing conversations and find simple tools to start a conversation of your own.
I know one thing. This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope, too.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together by having the courage to start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding, Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local events. Tune in and be part of their live weekly shows, as well as the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the PAFL. Find them on westernreserveradio.com, tune in, and the Live 365 app to be part of the area's conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio or on Twitter at WR_radio.
Your home for PAFL football is the iMedia One Network. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm gonna take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean. And there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. message from the Ad Council.
Just about a minute to go before we start the third quarter. Dave, your keys to the second half for the Patricians.
Score. but wanted to put it really there, but I think you definitely maybe start opening it up a little bit. We haven't seen them really try to get it to the receivers on the perimeter. They tried these little inside things, but I think they need to try something on the perimeter, still run the football, and just stay true to who they are, and I think they could be all right.
This is a big possession to start the third quarter.
Yes, it is.
As Bobcats won the toss, they deferred. They're going to get the ball to begin this third quarter.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to see. Can the Patricians keep up that same defensive stalwartness that they had in the first half? Because I'm sure the Bobcats is going to come at them.
Don't forget, coming up, Western Reserve Radio tonight, right around 6:45 pregame. It's the Phantoms and the Cobras from the Snake Pit. And waiting for official conversation, but I believe it is Jim and William Craven on the call of that game.
Yeah.
The father-son duo. That'll be that should be fun for them.
Yeah, I mean, if that's happening, it's probably with his brother back in the studio. You got an entire Craven crew doing it tonight.
Yeah, so that actually means the Cravens have now outdone the Meanses when we did a game together last season for high school ball.
Yeah. Hey, they put you down now, Mark.
Outdone again. Ready to begin the third quarter here on Western Reserve Radio 2. Glad you could join us for week 4 of the PAFL. For the first time next week, it's on the road for the Patricians as they head to Akron's Infocision Stadium to take on the Rapids once again.
Something we're not used to on the road, right?
3 of the final 4 will be on the road of the regular season.
Yep.
Let's see. Akron next week. Back home here in 3 weeks with the 4th of July week off.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, trips to Cleveland and Detroit to come as well. Facing the Cobras from Cleveland and the Michigan Hurricane. Underway here in the third quarter.
Yeah, definitely.
Now what?
Yeah.
They put that play down. I don't think everybody was set yet.
Yep, they're not set, and they got to wait for that referee to get that whistle signal.
Give them the ready for play.
Ready for play.
So, with no flag on the field, I guess we're just going to get a do-over like we're playing in the backyard.
Yep, that's it.
So we'll reset with the ball back at the 35-yard line. That is the Flag City Phantoms that the Cobras will face. If only I knew where Flag City was, I would be able to tell you their geography. So, Jim, if you're listening, text somebody. So we are ready to once again begin the third quarter.
That's an even better kick.
High, deep kick. Going to bring it out across the 10. Cuts back 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and out of bounds.
Nice return there.
That is a strong return by number 24, Sean Martin, for the Bobcats.
Yeah. Nice return there.
I can tell you the Glass City in Ohio, of course, that's Toledo. I can tell you the Queen City in Ohio, that's Cincinnati.
Absolutely.
But I do not know where the Flag City is.
Yeah, that's the new one on me.
I thought, was it Youngstown the Flag City since we had the penalty flag invented here?
Yeah, people don't know that either.
And the original penalty flag was what color? It wasn't yellow.
I'm trying to think, was it red?
It was red.
Red, that's what I thought.
Done by a YSU football coach. Coach Beatty, I believe.
Hey, we're right at midfield, almost where we.
So Brown Jr. going to hand it off on first down. That's the tailback.
Good pursuit on the defense right there. It looked like he had some.
So the Flag City, that's Findlay, Ohio.
Findlay. Wow.
Get it to 2nd and 8 from the 48-yard line of the Patricians. Just underway, third quarter.
Yeah.
We have no score. If you missed that detailed first half scoring recap at halftime, you really missed out.
Yeah.
2nd and 8. Split 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side. Running back is to the left of Ron Brown Jr. Takes the snap, sets up the tunnel screen, and that is dropped and incomplete by number 2, Tyler Sherrill.
Yep. And that one was defense pretty well, too, far as people getting into their areas where they needed to be to prevent anything. They definitely played defense on that one really good.
So it brings up a 3rd and 8. Patricians trying to get off the field defensively here quickly to start this third quarter. Bobcats slowly breaking the huddle as they come to the line of scrimmage. Again, single receiver goes to the left, now trips to the right. Running back is to the left of the quarterback, Brown Jr. He'll take the snap, pump fake, hitch and go, climbs the pocket. He's going to be thrown down after a short gain, and he is lucky he did not get stripped from behind.
Yep,
L.J.
Rosa.
Football.
And he's a guy's name, I don't know if he's one of the new guys to the team. I don't remember hearing his name earlier in the season, L.J. Rosa, but he has been active from that defensive end spot.
I believe that is one of the new additions on the roster.
Yeah, he's absolutely has been hectic on that side. And when you can have 2 guys getting to the quarterback like that, that speaks volumes for your defense.
4th and a long 5 for the Bobcats that will again play on 4th down. Twins to each side. Running back is to the left of the quarterback, Brown Jr. Slot receiver comes in motion left to right. He'll settle, trips to the right side. Brown Jr. to throw. Time, looking downfield. Receiver came back to the football.
Yeah.
Made a nice catch as he fell down at the 36-yard line, and that'll move the chains for the Bobcats.
Yeah, can't do anything about that. Comeback pattern. Made sure he made the catch. Wasn't looking to get any extra.
Is that one of the more difficult routes to cover?
Yeah, it is. That is. You know, that's a lot of times not even a route that they call. It's basically a quarterback just, you know, communicating with his receiver what he wanted to do and just stop. And he just stops on them and then put it right on him.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield, single receiver to the right, 1 to the left. They will run it on 1st down, and look like Maurice Dowsell, number 24, on the carry.
And you got Andrew Scott, who I think is another new addition to the team. He came in and filled that.
A special addition.
Yeah.
You know why?
Well, let's hear.
He's another Eagle.
Yes, he is. Boy, he filled that quickly.
Good to see a lot of the new additions really contributing this afternoon on a hot day where your depth will be challenged. 2nd down and 9 from the 35. They'll run it again.
Oh, boy.
And again stood up and driven back.
Woo. Man.
That is number 6. That is Taylon Chapman in on the stop. And this defense has played really well today.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to tell us something right now because he came up and he had violence in his heart. on
bad
that one.
Intentions.
Oh, yeah, that's bad intentions right there.
3rd and 9 as we approach 11 minutes to play, third quarter. We remain scoreless. Week 4 of the PAFL, the Bobcats and the Patricians. Single receiver to the left, trips to the right.
Ooh.
Movement up front. Here comes the flag.
It's going to be close. All right, got the offensive line to move there.
And have you
noticed
they've adjusted the way the offensive line is lining up. The tackles are they're trying their footwork is dropped back a little more than it was early in the game.
Yeah. I mean, what's the offensive lineman for the Kansas City Chiefs? Who used to line up in the backfield this last season? Kept getting further and further in the backfield. And that's what they're starting to do.
3rd down, 14. Another 3rd and long situation for the Bobcats.
Look how deep they are. They are concerned of that pass rush.
Especially on the left side. Brown Jr. to
Oh,
throw.
he's done.
Here
There
comes
it
the
is.
pass
There
rush.
he got
And he got him and dropped him in the backfield all the way back near midfield. That is our
Jr.
guy, George Freeman Jr., who's
Yep.
made a home in the Bobcat backfield.
And he tried to block him, but he still got to the quarterback. And, I mean, he got there in a hurry.
Big loss on the play, bring up 4th down.
He has played exceptionally well the last couple of weeks.
Yes, he has.
Coaching staff have found themselves a defensive star the last 2 games.
Yeah, because he was not playing that position. He wasn't out there at all at that position.
Playing more receiver than he was anything.
Yeah, that's the thing, and they found a home for him there. And that's a guy that just want to play ball, because you normally you go from receiver to something else, you just don't even want to play. But that guy just want to play ball.
Gary Otis to punt. Miguel Burgess back deep. Snap back to him. Gets away a short shanked kick that is going to go out of bounds.
They're going to have about the 42-yard line, somewhere in there.
Yep, 41-yard line is where they'll
41-yard
spot
line.
the football.
Yeah.
That one just went off the side of the foot of Kerry Otis, and
Yeah.
a short field the Patricians need to take advantage of. Dave.
Absolutely. On a 9-yard punt, this gives you the ball on the 41-yard line. You got to try to capitalize on this and get that ball downfield.
TPI Custom Photo Lab is the official banner supplier of the Youngstown Patricians. Find them online at tpiphoto.com or call 330-793-3456. And you can see they're working the banners outside of the stadium here in North Jackson. I particularly love that Western Reserve Radio logo.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
First
You
and
see
10
it.
from the 40.
Well, they're staying in tight with the work.
Going to run it. Trying to bounce to the outside. That's
Got a penalty flag in
That's
there.
Graham.
You know when you see one come flying in at that time, what normally that is. And unfortunately, that might be a holding penalty.
That is the early indication that it's a hold on the Patricians. So that's going to back them up 10.
Yeah, that's always a bad thing when you see that flag come flying in at that position.
That 10-yard penalty will.
First and 20, back to the 30.
First down, but it'll be first down and 20.
We approach 9 minutes to play, 3rd quarter, no score. Coming to the line of scrimmage. McElroy going to go under center. Looks like he might have been checking off as he turns and hands the football off. And they'll push the ball forward for a couple more yards. That's Graham again, the former Warren Harding product on the carry.
Yeah, trying to get a little room. And that's coming time where they're going to have to open it up on offense. They're going to have to do that.
And we saw Jordan Eaton start the first couple of games at the tailback spot. He's seen more work this afternoon at the wide receiver spot.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
Anthony Harris going to check himself to the sidelines. He'll come out of the game.
Well, it's about the second time we've seen Landers out wide.
Yet to be targeted today so far.
Yeah. This might be it. This might be the time.
McElroy going to send Graham in motion. Back to throw, pumping for Bates, looking for Bates. Deep ball downfield, and that ball will fall incomplete. That is good one-on-one coverage downfield by Sean Martin for the Bobcats.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's nothing you could say for that one. That was just good coverage. He's right there. Good position.
Third down and 19 for the Patricians.
You knew it was coming sooner or later. They would try to get it out there to him. I still say the guy that you want to get on a go route is McCullough, because I mean he has that second, third, whatever gear you want to call it, to get there.
Marshall Mays out of Mineral Ridge will check in. So you got 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left side. Aaron snap, McElroy one-hands it, steps up in the pocket, looking to run.
Yep.
And he's going to get out to about the 36-yard line before being knocked down. Going to bring up 4th down, and the Patricians will have to punt the ball away.
Yeah, and it's something that once that snap was off, that throws the whole timing of the play off. And he definitely had to go ahead and run.
So David Harbaugh will come on and punt the ball away.
He's been doing a great job punting the football under duress at times.
Single returner back deep at his 35-yard line for the Bobcats.
Bay back deep for the Bobcats.
Harbaugh claps, snap rolls back to him, and we've got a flag thrown at that point. Waiting for that indication on the penalty. That penalty is going to be on the Bobcats.
Yep, I think they had too many on the field. At first I thought, and I thought they had messed with the ball. One thing you do, if you do that, that could be actually a personal foul call. It would have been an automatic first down.
Harbaugh to punt it. Low snap, picks it up, gets away another rocket of a kick. Returner will back up inside the 20. Made the first man miss, has a clear path up the middle. He'll bounce it to the outside. And then now he's going to be thrown down at the 35-yard line.
Goodness. First one to get there, number, like that's 87. Is that 87?
Peyton
Yep,
Shea.
Peyton Shea.
Toby Williams Sr., number 19, also in there on the stop.
Yeah, I mean, he got there in a hurry. There's been some very good special teams play out here, too.
6:01 to play here in the third quarter. Our game remains scoreless. We've seen the Bobcats threatened twice, Dave, but turned away both times by turnovers.
Yeah, this game has been something, boy. Who's going to break first, and that's basically what we're looking at.
Their audio feed online. Once again, thank you.
So that's that first team, I like to say, first team defensive line. That's what they got out there right now. You got Greer, you got Freeman, L.J. Cola.
L.J. Rosa.
Oh, yeah. Look, there he is.
Pitch back. They were going to try and throw it. That ball's intercepted.
That's by the new kid.
That's the new guy, Bell, breaking down the sidelines with the football.
My. Great grab by
Trey Bell, who came up with the interception from his safety spot. Third turnover forced by the Patricians here this afternoon.
And it's so funny because towards the end of the first half, it was just before the 2-minute warning. He happened to be out on the field, and you said, Dave, look, they got one of the new guys that just signed, and he's out there on the field now playing. And who would have known he would be a guy to make a big play? But that pass rush was there again. Rosa was all in the face of that wasn't the quarterback, but the actual running back trying to get that ball away.
So spot the ball at the 15-yard line of the Bobcats. First down and 10 for the Patricians. 5:50 to play here, third quarter. Still scoreless. Corey McElroy is the quarterback. Graham is the tailback. McElroy takes the snap, swips it to Greer, who breaks a couple of tackles.
And
And
he
got himself
punched.
down
Hey,
to 10.
now that's what you do when things has been a tough day. You punish the defensive guy, and I shouldn't say that since I was a defensive guy, but that's what you do.
Got a
You
flag,
you punish them.
Flag on the field away from the play.
What they call him? Let's see what they got. This is big.
Yeah, it looks like the refs picked the flag up.
It's a sideline warning, I believe.
Oh, that could be it, yeah.
Got to be able to maneuver up and down the sidelines and get some inexperienced chain gang people, so they're learning on the fly.
Uh-huh, absolutely. Yeah, but I like how he dipped that shoulder and delivered the blow on the sidelines. Well, I guess they are taking a penalty. Here we got something here, and it's a big one.
Man downfield on the Patricians.
So an ineligible downfield. We're going to back them up. Going to set up a first down and long now.
We'll replay first down, bring up first and long.
So it'll be first down and long. Need to get inside the 10 for a first down. Hard count by McElroy has the Bobcats coming into the neutral zone, and that's going to be an easy 5, and the first time we've seen Corey McElroy use that hard count.
Yeah, he sure did. So he got half of that penalty back right there.
And he got half the defensive line to come across.
Yes, he did. Not one guy, but you're right.
First down play at 5 more yards, first and 15.
So now first and 15 from the 25-yard line. We approach 5 minutes to play. Going to run the ball with Graham, who stays on his feet, but able to bounce outside before being.
That was very close to the sidelines there. Now we're a little further away from play, so he must not have been out. But he's a guy that gets rid of people. That's for sure. He gets rid of them.
As we've said over the years, he seeks contact.
Yeah, he seeks it. He's looking for it. Zaire Graham, absolutely looking for contact.
So this will bring up a second down and 13.
Second and 13 at the 21-yard line.
Patricians continuing to substitute across that offensive line, trying to keep everybody fresh. Mid-80s at kickoff. A few clouds, but mostly sunny afternoon. Two receivers to each side of the formation on second and 13 for Corey McElroy. He'll take the snap, stand tall in the pocket. Now he'll roll to the outside, points downfield, trying to get rid of the football, and he didn't have any room to go. He'll get knocked down and bring up third down and long.
Ugh. Yeah, he really needed to get rid of that football. And one thing, the quarterback's got to remember, get outside the pocket. You can actually just throw that ball away downfield.
I don't know if he felt like he could confidently release that football with the guy from behind.
Yeah, he might have felt the pressure a little bit closer than we could see it from up here. He might have felt a little bit closer to him.
So it sets up now a third down and long.
And you can set up something here. You want to get inside the 10 and definitely get the first down. But if you can get about 7-8 yards here, you really put your kicking game in a good position.
And now we've got
flag on the play.
A flag thrown. What's happening here? We saw the flag.
What they're talking about it now.
Now the Patricians are going to their sidelines.
He had called a timeout.
So they'll take the timeout. We'll keep it here. 3:12 to play in this third quarter.
Let's see.
I mean, look at the way these two offenses can put up points. I don't think anybody expected this with 3:12 to play.
No, nobody expected this. That's for sure.
3:12 to play in this third quarter. Our game is scoreless. Don't forget, Patricians on the road for the first time. Infocision Stadium, home of the University of Akron Zips, is where we'll be next week. 4:45 pregame, 5 o'clock kickoff here on Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One network.
Time for a road trip.
And then in 3 weeks, right back here for the final home game of the regular season against the Cleveland Cobras.
Yeah, isn't that something there?
We may know those guys that call those games.
Yeah, I think I know. No, pretty good there.
4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. That's Bates in single coverage. McElroy looking for Bates. Jump ball, batted
Who got
around.
it? He got it.
That is
Whoever.
a reception and a good catch. Let's see who's coming out of there with the football. That is number 1. That is Tyree Johnson Jr. with the reception for the first down.
You guys got to remember, this is semi-pro football. And even though he caught the ball, nobody touched him. He was down celebrating. He could have got up.
This is 4th down.
And got more yardage on the play.
Patricians want a timeout here.
They got to talk about that.
We're definitely in the range of one David Harbaugh. We'll let you know what they elect to do when we come back. 2:37 to play, third quarter, scoreless on Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One network.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local events. Tune in and be part of their live weekly shows, as well as the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the PAFL. Find them on westernreserveradio.com, tune in, and the Live 365 app to be part of the area's conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio or on Twitter at WR_radio.
Patricians will bring on David Harbaugh for the field goal attempt. Let's see, he's going to put his foot down
Number 39, David Harbaugh.
at about, the 20-yard line? So make this a 27-yard attempt for Harbaugh.
No good.
It is up, and it is no good. They absolutely collapsed the right side of the special teams line by the Bobcats, and Harbaugh's kick is no good with 2.5 minutes to play here in the third.
And that one right there hurts you a lot there. He done showed he's been one of the sure kickers we done seen. But I just think you were so close. I just would go ahead and win for it. And if I didn't get it, then they're stuck down there in that position. And have to drive.
I find myself being from the Jim Tressel type coaching era. Punt,
field position. Yeah, that's his thing.
Take the field goal when you've got the opportunity with a great kicker.
Yeah. I just
run the ball 46 times in a game. So 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Going to run it on first down. Able to get a good gain on first down.
Number 24, Maurice Doswell.
That's Maurice Doswell, number 24. We didn't have his number in the first half. Thanks to a great effort by the Patrician staff, we got that name for you here at halftime.
I'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 as we approach 2 minutes to play, third quarter.
2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah, something that we definitely did not imagine. A 0-0 score in the third quarter, this late in the third quarter.
2nd down and 7. Brown Jr. takes the snap, banged into the running back.
Boy,
got
what
the
that
football.
pursuit is coming.
That's Doswell, who's dropped in the backfield.
There it is, number 6 again.
That's Chapman on the stop.
And we already done seen Chapman enough. He's every time he's coming with some bad intentions.
Now, we heard the coaching staff say early on in the season that it's the defense was a little ahead of the offense. Defense is really good.
Yeah, they're really coming to the ball. And what I've seen this week that we seen break down in the second half last week was the ability to tackle. They were missing wide open tackles, and they have definitely did a great job. They're trying to isolate here out on the wide side of the field, so look for something out that way if they can get it. You got the guy coming in motion that way.
Brown Jr. is going to keep it. He's going to run with the football, looking
Oh,
for the
great
first
tackle
down.
there.
He's
Who
pulled
was
down
that?
Shy.
Don't tell me it's Chapman again.
It
sure is.
Number 3, Ron Brown Jr. on the quarterback carry.
That looked like he had a lot of room to roll if that tackle wasn't made.
And he showed closing speed throughout this game.
He got there in a hurry.
So it is 4th down and 5 for the Bobcats.
Are they going to go for it in their own territory?
We're down under 20 seconds to go in
Probably
this
going to let
third
this
quarter.
run out if they can.
Now down under 10 seconds, and that is exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, Chapman has already went out and got on the sideline and is getting water. he deserves it.
So we've come to the end of the third quarter, and we're where we are when this game began. After 3, it is the Bobcats 0, the Patricians 0 on Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One network.
My goodness.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
The stations that are always ahead of the game. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
Final 15 of regulation put up on the scoreboard as we are tied at 0 going to the fourth quarter. The Bobcats facing a 4th and 5 from their 25-yard line. Cariotis, the punter, is on to kick the ball away.
Yeah, smart move there. You don't want to just give field position away. Now this is a part of the field though that you can get a big punt return. So this is important for this punter to get this ball off. He's been having trouble at times. Yeah, they can put the pressure on him. But they got the right guy back.
Burgess back at his 30-yard line. Cariotis to punt the ball away. And we got...
What are you doing? Just watch the football.
Right. One of the Patricians came across.
That might be a first down.
Depending on the... That is going to give them a first down and put the offense back out there for the Bobcats.
Now that right there,
that's a costly one.
Yeah, my coaching hat would probably fly straight off. I mean, that right there will blow my top after you've seen a great defensive situation and something like that. That's just not being focused. You always watch the ball on the punts.
So 1st and 10 from the 30 for the Bobcats.
I was trying to see what even made him move. I didn't see any motion. I didn't see anything.
It's like he just tried to anticipate the snap.
Snap, yeah. No need. Don't try to block it or anything. Just play the game out. Oh, my.
Run it on, first down, and swallowed up in the backfield.
Jeez. What's that about? George Freeman and also our new guy there,
35.
Andrew Scott. They were there on a hurry mark. Freeman Jr. and yeah.
Loss of 4, 2nd and 14. There's been some big hits in this game by this Patricians defense.
Yeah, boy.
Second down and 14 for Ron Brown Jr. Takes the snap, stands in the pocket. He's going to run with it on 2nd and 14.
Oh, the ball's
loose again. Loose ball in the field. Beanbags go flying.
Everything. Helmets flying, beanbags.
That is a
football.
Patricians football. L.J. Rosa going to come out of there with the football.
What a game that guy is having. It's something. You called me with these guys' names earlier in the week, and can you imagine how many of them have made plays in this game?
Now this organization has gone out, and they have acquired some playmakers.
Man, you got to give
before the roster is closed.
You got to give them some credit. That don't usually happen. You bring 4 or 5 guys, I don't care 6 how many they bring, and you might get a couple that might show a little bit of something. We done seen about 4 guys from there make plays, big plays.
4th turnover forced by this Patricians defense today.
Goodness.
13:58 to play in the game, and we have no score.
Oh.
Did not think I would be saying that today.
I don't even remember you saying that except at the beginning of games.
Quarterback under center, eye into the backfield. Bates goes in motion. They're going to pitch it to Bates, trying to sweep to the outside. And that play was read well by the Bobcats defense. And Bates is going to lose a little bit of ground.
Sure did. And as I said, I'm going to still stick with what I've been saying earlier. I don't think you can run to the outside in the flats on these teams. There's too much speed, too much lateral speed.
So they'll bring up 2nd down and long. Call it 2nd and close to 12.
Yeah. Lost 2 yards on that play. I'd rather you see them just run right at them.
So it is Corey McElroy under center. Graham is the tailback. Bobcats showing some pressure.
Uh-oh.
McElroy going to come out of there with the football.
Not much. There you go.
Just able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it 3rd down now and 10 for the Patricians from the 21.
Get the 2 yards back.
So with no gain here, you're looking at about a 38-yard field goal attempt.
And we know that the kick earlier is definitely in his range. It's just a breakdown on the right offensive side that caused that last one. So
3rd and 10 from the 20. Heading into the woods. They give it again to Graham. Someone lost a helmet in the process.
It sure did. We've been seeing a lot of helmets flying in the last couple of plays anyway.
Got to tighten that chin strap up.
Absolutely. Same guy, too.
Graham will get 3. It's 4th down and 7. And we're going to try it again with Harbaugh.
Let's see what he do. I don't want to put any – I'm not going to be that analyst jinx or anything. I'm not watching it. I'm just going to look at Mark.
From the 25, make this a 35-yard attempt for David Harbaugh out of Lake High School. Anthony Harris will do the holding. Snap, good. Hold, good. Harbaugh's kick is blocked and no good. And the Patricians will recover the football, I believe, at the bottom of that pile. That time they got push up the middle, blocking Harbaugh's kick. We remain scoreless with 11:07 to play here in the 4th quarter, Dave.
I just didn't even want to watch it. Unbelievable. And that one there, I understood. You got to punt it. Field goal. You had to. That first one, you go for it down at the 10-yard line. Your defense has been playing so tremendous. I'm going to put them in real bad position. Right here, they got good field position.
Your defense has forced 4 turnovers, and they've given up no points.
Yeah. They've had stalwart play all, just. And they're going to try to go downfield now a little bit, I think. They almost have to.
Ron Brown Jr., the quarterback. Single back with him to the left. Blitz coming. They run it, and no running room
again. At the bottom on that tackle.
Dowsell. I believe that is what you call a run blitz.
Freeman again. That is, I mean, as soon as he got the ball.
That is a dominating defensive line so far in this game.
Goodness gracious.
Freeman and Rosa and all those guys up front.
Yeah, you got Greer.
Tavon Parchment Sr. We're on that 0-0
That's
out there on the D-line.
That's a 0-0. That's right, yep.
Loss of 3, 2nd and 13 from the 31-yard line. Again, they're going to pitch it to the outside. Had his man squared up, and he was able to squeeze through to the 35-yard line.
On that tackle.
They got 4. 3rd and 9 coming up for the Bobcats.
Pitch and run will gain a couple yards for the Bobcats, bring them back to the original line of scrimmage, and bring up 3rd down.
Wow.
So ball resting at the 35-yard line. 3rd down and 10, under 10 to play in the game.
I tell you.
Still scoreless.
Yards are hard to come by in this game.
Don't forget Flag City Phantoms on the Cleveland Cobras from the Snake Pit tonight. Pregame 6:45, kickoff 7 o'clock on Western Reserve Radio.
Couple of guys we know.
Yes, that's right. In the all Craven broadcast. It's a Craven booth. Ron Brown Jr. to throw it. Time, going to take the shot downfield, and a great hands catch made by D. Reed across midfield for a Bobcats first down.
Yeah.
He just kind of reached out and took that ball out of the air.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you can say. That's all hands catch on that play. Quarterback under duress, he was able to reach out and just snag that football.
From the Patricians' 49-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bobcats.
And even though our guy Freeman has been getting to the quarterback, they needed to get him out, get him some rest.
Run it on 1st down. And the ball carrier that time that's number 11. That's Farmer on the carry. Rasheem Farmer.
Number 11, Reggie Jones Jr. on the carry.
A couple yards there.
2nd down and 9 from the 48.
There's been a lot of pad popping down there in this game, Mark. It's definitely been a physical football game.
Nehemiah McGaha, number 90, checking in for the Patricians up front on this 2nd and 9. Brown Jr. gives it on the handoff. That's Freeman again, and he will rumble forward for a good gain on 2nd down. And we've got a player slow to get up for the Bobcats. That might be Farmer, who was the ball carrier.
Yeah, it looked like that's exactly who it was, Mark.
Try and get him some hydration, as well as both teams with the stoppage in play.
You know what? Just thinking, this game, we're into the 4th quarter. It's been a physical football game all day. That's been really the first stoppage of somebody really down on the field in a situation. It's something.
You know what else we haven't seen either? There's been no cramping in a day like this.
Yeah.
That is Freeman. Excuse me, that is Farmer, who is down on the field.
And I'm looking at that to see if but they're not working on it. Don't look like I don't know if when he was swung down and he hit his head, and that could be why they say get water, get water.
With the player down for the Steel City Bobcats, we'll step aside on Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One network.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Nice round of applause for Rasheem Farmer as he is up and making his way to the sidelines below us. It's third down and short coming up. Third down, long 2 for the Bobcats. 7:22 to play in this game. We are still scoreless between the Bobcats and the Patricians.
It's a big play on defense here.
Ron Brown Jr. overlooking the Patrician defense. Takes the low snap. He's going to run with the football. Has a seam for a first down as he fought right through it. Did a nice job to read that opening, Dave, and shoot through it for a gain of a first down.
Yeah, he was ready to go, and he shot that area. That was wide open.
Bobcats have all of their timeouts remaining. Patricians have a pair left.
Yeah, I like to watch a game like this and then watch the body language. And you can see this has been, like I said, a heat wave type of game. You're starting to see guys bending, grabbing,
How
not
much
moving.
of a factor in helping is, Patricians off last week. Bobcats had a game.
Yeah, and sometimes you think being off is good, sometimes it's not. Especially come from the type of weather back then, and then you hit this here heat wave.
First and 10, Bobcats from the Patrician 30-yard line. Going to snap it, hand the ball off to Dowsell, and he's able to cut back towards the middle of the field. And he'll gain about 3. It's second down and 7.
Gain about 3 yards in the play. Second down and 7.
Second down and 7 from the 27. 5.5 minutes to play in this game. We still have no score.
And I really believe they want to keep it on the ground like this. Keep pounding, see if they can get first downs and get as close as possible. If they can't get in the end zone, they want to use their kicker to try to win the football game.
Dowsell remains the tailback. This time he is going to move to the right of Ron Brown Jr. 2 receivers to the left side. He'll get the ball again, find a gap up the middle, continue to push the pile forward. Patricians trying to strip it. They'll blow that play down. And that'll be a Bobcats first down.
Yeah, they're going to have to be careful.
And that starting 4 up front going to sub back in for the Patricians now.
Yep.
First down comes as we near the 4.5 minute mark.
You've seen the Bobcats twice get inside the 20-yard line, both times turned away by interceptions.
They want to, and number 53, I watched him getting sick on the field. I watched that. Yeah, 4 times. They find 5. They haven't called a timeout. But he's the heat. The heat has got him. They got to get him to the sidelines.
So they'll stop the play.
Yeah.
For
they called a timeout. He was right after the play. He was just nonstop.
So they got him to the sidelines.
This type of heat, this type of game, it's nothing to play around with, I tell you.
I'm going to need about 16 showers after this game is over. I'm not used to working in the heat, Dave.
Right.
Office building, computer, that's how I roll.
That right, okay.
Air conditioning, snacks.
You're good to go.
All that fun stuff. So they're giving both teams a little bit of a chance to just take a break here.
Number 53, Jamil Harrison for the Bobcats, player that having some issues on the field.
Yep.
So 4:27 to play here in this game. Tied at 0.
Damn, what a game.
I can't tell you the last time I did a football game where I said that.
Yeah, I know. This deep in the game?
Baseball, okay. Football, no.
Yeah, I can't remember. That's why in a game seeing that like this.
So the Bobcats will break the huddle. They'll come to the line of scrimmage. We'll wind the clock now at 4:20 and counting.
And are they inside the 20-yard line there?
New running back in there looks like Tyree Bush, number
okay.
33. New quarterback in there as well for the Bobcats. Looking to run with it, trying to get outside. He could not break contain of that Patricians defense who had that edge sealed beautifully.
I mean, it's just too much speed out there.
He'll run to the right side for little gain as he
little gain. He lost.
We'll call it second down and long.
That'll bring up second down here and
a loss of about 3. You can tell this heat really starting to take its effect on both sides.
Oh, yeah, on both sides. I mean, I'm watching guys' body language. It tells a lot about what's going on right now. They're tired. They're hot. They're ready to actually shut it down on some of them, I'm sure. And this is where the mental part of the game comes, because when you get tired, that's when you make mental mistakes. So you definitely got to keep your mental part of the game going.
That's Green, I believe, now in there at the quarterback spot. He's going to move to the tailback spot for Brown Jr., who's looking to throw, and nowhere near the intended target. Closest player to that football was Darian Owens, looking for that second interception of the day.
Yeah.
So it's 3rd and 13.
Third down. With 2 minutes, 59 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Substituting all that line for the Bobcats. Jamel Harrison going to check back in. Are you bringing the pressure here, or are you laying back?
Yeah, I think you still got to bring it. You know, you may not want to come with 6. I've seen them do that a couple of times, but I think you bring one extra backer. You want to force him to get rid of the ball quickly.
3rd down, 13. Fake the pitch.
Oh,
Quarterback's going to keep it. Pitches it again. This one was
oh,
behind
my.
the
That's
line,
how you come up.
And he got hammered as the corner came up and laid the lumber. Mike Jones says hello.
Hey, I'm sorry. I got engrossed right there a little bit. Man, that's how you come up and put it to him.
You had flashbacks to when you had the pads on.
Oh, I love it when you come up like that.
So
it's 4th and
my
11.
Goodness.
And Kerry Otis going to come out and then try and attempt a field goal.
Whew. That's good football right there, Mark.
I think the Bobcats are going to be content to let this clock roll down to the 2-minute timeout.
Yeah. They're looking to get the 3 points on this.
I went into college mode. 2-minute warning.
Yeah.
2-minute timeout, college. 2-minute warning, NFL rules. And we will do that as we will hit the 2-minute warning. It is the Patricians 0 and the Bobcats 0. We're back after this quick break on Western Reserve Radio 2.
Patricians 0 and Bobcats.
Lena's Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
2 minutes to play as Pete Cariotis will come on and attempt a field goal of approximately 38 yards for Cariotis, who wears 0.
Yeah, he's practice. He was making them with no problem.
Movement by the Patricians, resetting. This kick is blocked, and it is no good. That's a live ball in the end zone that the Patricians can pick up and run with if they want. And he'll get back near about the 8-yard line. And
wasn't very good.
Two of the best
Smart
kickers
move.
in the PAFL, and both have come up short this afternoon.
Yeah.
We've got 1:46 to play in this one, and no score.
Yeah, I would have never thought we'd be saying that. That there was not a smart move. I'm sorry, I'm frustrated of that because of how well they played defense. They got the pressure in on the kicker. When that ball goes out there, just go ahead and kneel down and get the ball on the 20-yard line. You don't want to put yourself, you don't want to be hero ball or anything.
You know what you need in this heat right now? You needed a 9 route to Christopher McCullough.
I'm telling you, he's going to beat the guy. He's going to beat it. But now you cause issues with trying that because you're back on about maybe the 5-yard line because you tried that 10-yard line there. That's too deep. I'm almost ready to go out and rip some heads off. I'm so upset.
The violence out of Dave Clark today. I don't know. Who is this guy?
I'm upset, man.
Partner for 5 years, and I don't even know the guy.
Oh, my goodness.
Corey McElroy at the quarterback spot.
You just can't do that.
McElroy to throw, steps up in the pocket, and
Oh.
just dumps this one in
Ooh,
complete.
and that was close to being intercepted.
Flag on the play.
What we got?
Incomplete.
What we got?
Got ineligible downfield?
Second down and 10.
We got that? I don't know what we have here.
Well, the guy that threw the flag pointed to the Patricians. He pointed to the Bobcats, and then he pointed to the Patricians again.
Meaning he doesn't know who it's on.
Well, you can't call 3 penalties. That was
Ineligible man?
the indication was ineligible man downfield.
And that's funny, too, because that play wasn't long enough to get anybody downfield, really, if you ask me. So, normally it's, 3-4 yards downfield for the offensive lineman.
2nd and 15, 1:42 to play. Patricians in the shadow of their own end zone. McElroy pointing out the potential blitzer, takes the snap, looking to throw. Underneath, sidearm slings the pass incomplete.
Yeah.
Looking for Bates, and it brings up 3rd and 15.
Yeah, see, this situation puts you in such
36, Landon Bates.
a situation now. Do you want to pass it and take the chance, or do you just want to run it and then punt it?
Get a little room for your punter.
I mean, I don't know what you want to do here, but you're in a bad situation because you're giving the ball back to the Bobcats on a short field more than likely.
I always go for it on 4th down, but that's in video games, so my
Yeah.
opinion don't count. I like that high school a few years ago. They never punted the entire season.
Yeah,
Coach didn't believe in punting. So it's 3rd and 15 from the 5. McElroy going to run the ball.
Oh. Ooh.
And a small gain for Graham that time.
Number 10,
Yeah.
Zaire Graham for the Patricians.
Now
For a couple yards, I'll give
put your punter in some big time situation because I'm sure they're going to bring the heat.
Timeout.
And the Bobcats are going to use a timeout. Smart move by their coaching staff to stop the clock, because otherwise the Patricians would have let all that time run off, maybe take a timeout themselves and then punt the ball.
Yeah, I believe that. They would have ran it down until that last second or two and then called a timeout, which would have been a smart move. This has been a 0-0 game. Normally you think you'd be snoozing somewhere, but this game has been good. It's been good. I mean, it's violent. It's the type of game I like, Mark.
You know, with the Patricians being one of our key sponsors for the upcoming high school season, Dave, I can let everyone know, if you listen to our high school broadcasts with Sports Radio 1240, that schedule was released Monday. It is available on WBBW.com or the Sports Radio 1240 Facebook as that kick is away. That's going to take a roll, fielded by the returner, and
that was dangerous.
Punished.
Number 6.
Boy, that was taking a chance there to field that ball with two Patricians right in front of him, but he was able to handle it. And now you're at the 47-yard line.
Just inside the 50-yard line.
To wrap that up anyway, our 12-game high school football regular season schedule now available at WBBW.com.
It's nice to have that early. You can see where it's at.
And your help with the schedule was appreciated this year. Got that all taken care of.
Yeah, it's called a little brow beating, but you do what you have to do.
Sometimes
you got to get it.
You got to put in some extra effort to get things done.
Oh, my goodness. What we got coming on now here?
So
1 minute and 6, man.
1st and 10 from the 48-yard line of the Patricians for the Bobcats.
This is it.
Receiver goes in motion. Ron Brown Jr. to throw it. Time. Antsy feet, and that ball sails a little high, and closest player to it was Mike Jones. And you never know what we have working at the iMedia One Network, and soon ready to really announce the fact we're going to have the iMedia One Network app coming.
Yeah, and that'll be great. I tell you. I actually think they'll love that.
Make sure you got space on your phone. Delete all those useless apps that you don't need. Make room for this one, because you're going to need it.
Yeah. And believe me, there's a lot of useless apps on your phone, believe me. I look at mine, I need to get rid of them.
Those preloaded apps you can't get rid of.
Yeah.
I'll never use most of those.
Yeah. I hate that. You can't. It won't leave.
2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line. Twins to each side, single back in the backfield. Brown Jr. to throw it. Time underneath, receiver unable to hold on to the football, incomplete, looking for Green.
Number 3, Ron Brown Jr.'s pass.
I tell you,
incomplete.
if they could play tight enough coverage,
Green.
I could see a pick.
That'll bring up 3rd down.
We haven't really seen sure-handedness from the Bobcat receivers today.
Except number 1.
Right.
He's done did it twice where he's been able to snag it. But if the defense can play close, tight-knit, they're putting enough pressure on Brown that he's getting rid of the ball like antsy.
Mike Jones locked up with D. Reed.
You can get a pick 6 on one of these.
I got a question for you after the play. Back to throw it.
Oh, here they come.
Pressure. He's going to go down.
It's a guy. Some guy.
It's George Freeman Jr. having a sack party and a timeout for the Bobcats.
And they've been talking stuff to him earlier in the game. That's probably his 4th sack.
At least 3, yeah.
Yeah, easy.
So timeout of the field. We will keep it here. So I'm assuming you're going to know the answer to this one. So you played professionally, USFL, NFL. How many career interceptions do you have professionally? Oh, I didn't expect that answer. I wouldn't have asked.
0, man. I didn't get a lot of people through that way either.
Well, and that's also I was going to say, that is also a compliment.
It's a compliment to USFL. Didn't get a lot of people thrown.
Stuff. They just didn't challenge
Didn't get a lot thrown that way. No, none. college, I had a great college career of being able to get 19 interceptions during college.
19 in
Through
4 years?
In my 4, well, actually it's 5 because I played, junior college ball too.
19.
Yeah. Wow. And I was able to get in the end zone twice on the interceptions, and then punt returns and stuff like that because I did that. But
Cariotis to punt it with 46 seconds to go in this game. Burgess back to return. 46 seconds to go. High snap, able to pull it down. Short kick.
That's out at least around the 45. Let's see where they're going to spot it.
Where they spot that football, as I almost got low-bridged by a wasp during the call.
Wait, she's still coming forward at the 49. She's at the 49.
That's right. That's a short field for Corey McElroy and the Patricians. And you wonder here, do you bring in Miguel Burgess against a tired defense and see what he can do on the ground?
That you know what? That's an interesting thing.
I'm not just a Madden coach.
No, hey, you're sure that's thinking right there, because how about spreading them and bringing that guy in at quarterback?
1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. They're going to mark it now right at midfield, so say the 50. 37 seconds to go. Patricians, we believe, have a couple of timeouts in their pocket for Coach Harris.
Yeah, you want to, you pick up a couple of first downs. If you can do that and still have those timeouts, you have a chance to pull this out. Got to correct some things in your blocking as far as your field goal, but it actually looks like they're kind of close too. Looks like they're only setting up 6 yards deep when they're trying their field goals. They should be a little deeper.
Graham is the tailback. It's McElroy back to throw, feeling some pressure on the run. Gonna fire across midfield, and that
almost
short hopped a corner who turned off his route to try and make a play on the football. It's 2nd and 10. 31 seconds to go.
And our guy right here was running down the sidelines. Well, he ran down the sidelines, then ran across. And is that McElroy? Yeah, that was McCullough. Is this something? He's been nothing but a decoy. We need to actually use him.
It took one shot to him downfield.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10 for the Patricians. 31 seconds to play, scoreless. So Christopher McCullough going to line up outside to the right side. And going to run it with Graham. Graham rumbling across the 45, 40, and he's going to go out of bounds near the 37-yard line.
That's a first down.
Got the first down, got out of bounds, 21 seconds to go.
Yeah, and that means you didn't have to use your timeout.
So 1st down and 10. Put the ball, I'm going to say, at the 38-yard line. Probably need about 20 more yards if you want to make an attempt here.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. McElroy working that long count. Gives the ball to Graham. Graham's rumbling free. Going to lower the shoulder and continue to hammer downfield.
Now they need a timeout.
Down to about the 25-yard line.
I think that's another first down.
Give him a gain of about 11 yards and a Patricians timeout. 9 seconds to go.
Timeout on the field.
Ball is at the 23.
Second of the second half.
So they still got one left. So do you just try to run it, see if you can pick up a couple more yards, and it's all on the foot of Harbaugh?
This is about a 40-yard attempt right now.
Yeah, right. It looked like he's coming in right now.
You got 9 seconds in a scoreless game.
they have to watch when they line up. It just looks like they're 6 yards deep.
We got bubbles in the press box all of a sudden. Somebody down below us in the stands is having fun. I just didn't expect to look up and see a giant bubble in my view. So he'll put the foot down, put the knee down at the 35. This is a 45-yard attempt.
Yeah, and that's a long one. But I think you get one more yard deeper just to give him that area.
And now we got whistles, and Steel City going to use a timeout with 9 seconds to play.
Smart call there.
That'll be their final timeout.
Well, I knew we were coming to broadcast a great game. I didn't know we were going to spend the night, but hey, this has been something.
Dave don't tell you, but in all those cases that he brings,
Yeah.
there's an air mattress mixed in there too. If you need something, it's in one of them cases. Tell me. I've seen all the stuff that he brings. And if it's not in the case, it's in the car.
Right. Oh, my goodness,
Which
man.
is just behind the press box in case, you have to sprint down there for something.
Boy,
So Steel City going to drop someone back to potentially try to return this kick if it's short, Dave. You like that?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because if it's not, you got to go for the score.
So it'll be
This is
Anthony
big.
Harris out of LeBray that will hold for David Harbaugh out of Lake High School.
Oh, man. That's
So you got a Viking and a Blue Streak working together.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. I know he has the leg to get it there.
Pressure coming right up the middle. Snap down. Kick is going to twist its way off to the left and is no good with 4 seconds to go in the game. So Steel City is going to have the football and no timeouts. And do you take a shot? Especially with the pressure that the Patricians have put on in this game?
Yeah, you just throw it up and
Or do you
see.
take a knee and head to overtime?
Yeah, that might be the
That
idea
is what
too.
they are going to do as we wind
the
the
idea,
clock.
too.
And we are headed to bonus football. After the end of regulation, it is the Bobcats and the Patricians tied at 0 on Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One network.
Overtime.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Your home for PAFL football is the iMedia One Network. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
For the first time in 2025 PAFL action for the Patricians, they will head to overtime, tied at 0. Got our crew of the two Cravens. Also got Coach Adam in the press box at the Snake Pit tuning in. forgot the third Craven. So
yeah,
we apologize to Matt, who was
right.
our executive producer during high school season. Can't leave him out.
No, that's what I said. They all will be there.
That's a lot of Cravens.
Craven crew.
That's a lot of Cravens. So, looks like we're going to play college overtime rules. Patricians are going to get the football at the 25-yard line. If you're familiar with the Owl's Nest here in North Jackson, they will go towards the concession stand side away from the scoreboard here in overtime, or into the sun, if you will.
Yes.
Overtime.
So overtime number 1. Patricians have the football first. So we got the chains are all tangled up.
We need another volunteer for the chain game. Looks like we're down a guy. Someone left.
So, first and 10 here in overtime.
It's going to take off, I guess. Chain game.
He had plans. Said, I can't do anything past 6:30. McElroy to throw it. Time, pressure, rolling out, steps up in the pocket, still alive, rolling to the outside, needs to just dump this one away, and he's going to go out of bounds near the 35-yard line. He's going to lose close to 10 yards.
Yeah.
And set up second down and long.
That's one where once you get into the sidelines, I don't know all the rules semi-pro, but if it's related to the NFL, you can get rid of that ball down the field.
So it's going to bring up second and 20 back at the 35-yard line.
And Burley probably have to come in because he looked like McElroy's still down after that shove towards the fence.
That play resulted in a second down and 20 for the Patricians.
Loss of 10, second and 20 from the 35 here in our first overtime. Remember, time not a factor here in overtime, just down, distance, and scoreboard. Back to throw, that's Burgess. He's going to run with the football, has blockers. Rammed into one of the Bobcat defenders and picked up a couple of extra yards on top of that. The former Cheney Cowboy laying the lumber.
Yeah. They don't know this guy is some different type of guy because he was not concerned about contact at all.
They're going to bring up third down and short.
Nice play there. Nice play call on the quarterback draw.
So it brings up, as you said, we're going to give him a first down on that run.
Yeah. Did they give him first down there? Oh, yeah, that's a demoralizing thing right there.
So first and 10 to the 15-yard line. Remember, each team gets a possession here in overtime. Burgess again. This time he'll hand the ball off.
Whoa.
And that's Graham carrying the football.
Man, Graham.
A little precariously on the side of his hip, but he was able to hold on to it.
Yeah.
Down for the Patricians. First and goal.
Boy. Running like a man berserk.
So it'll be second down.
Yeah.
And 5 from the 10.
That's second and 5. Beg your pardon.
Bates didn't have anybody on him for a minute. He's like, me, open, throw me the ball. Burgess looking that way. Now cutting back across the field, throwing across his body, looking for the end zone. For Patricians, touchdown.
He got McCullough.
We got a player down on the field as well, but that is McCullough here in overtime.
Now they got to get out there and play defense.
So McElroy to McCullough from 10 yards out gives the Patricians the lead here in overtime. And we've got a Patricians player, I believe, down on the field.
Yep.
We've seen both teams struggle with the kick game, and
he's up.
These extra points are going to be critical here in overtime.
Yeah, it sure is. He got up on his own now.
And let's give a big round of applause to that Patricians player walking off under his own power.
Get him some water a little bit. I'm sure heat has something to do with it. But, hey, he's walking off fired up, so.
So Harbaugh going to come on to attempt the extra point. It's David Pratt who is coming off the field, 95. Patrician's a man down.
Yep.
He'll come onto the field. So again, it is Harris to hold, Harbaugh on for the extra point.
I don't know why that seemed like it's so close to the line.
Doesn't seem like, what, supposed to be 7 yards?
Yeah, usually it's 7 yards. It looked like they're 6, something like that.
Snap down. Harris gets it down. The extra point is up and just inside the upright and good. So we're through one half of the first overtime. It's a 7-0 lead for the Patricians. Now Bobcats will get their first possession of overtime number 1.
So it's a big possession here for the Patricians. Can that defense continue doing what they've been doing this entire evening?
Don't forget, Steel City, they are ranked number 1 in PAFL Tier 2, coming into play here in Week 4 at 3-0.
And if any one of us would have betted on this game and put all our money up, we would have to find somewhere to live. No one came in and thought this would be like this.
I always like to look at the total.
Yeah.
I never had a number this low.
No. I know. No way I thought it would be low like this. I mean, this has been a defensive battle.
Now it will be Steel City that will have their chance with the football here in overtime.
Let's see if they can turn them over.
It's Dowsell at the tailback spot. The quarterback now looks like it's Jaquan Green. He'll drop to throw. They'll bring the pressure. He'll step up, take a shot, end zone. Man open, diving catch. Touchdown, Steel City. One play, busted
I don't even think
coverage.
it happened. I don't even think it worked because they didn't have anybody on the chain game. Did that count? Yeah, they gave it to him. I thought it wasn't in play because they didn't even have a there.
I don't think the Patricians thought it was either.
No. But you can't let a guy just run free. You got to keep playing. That right there is a heartbreaker.
On the kick is number 0, Pete Carrios.
So Cariotis will come on to attempt the extra point.
Can you believe? I mean, I'm just seeing too much. 2 weeks in a row now. That's too much. I mean.
Gonna need a nap after this one.
Yeah, I mean, they said they needed a change. They was short.
And the Bobcats broke the huddle with an extra player who will come off. That looks like Rob Willie.
And that would have been a disaster.
So Cariotis on for a big extra point.
Yep, he's going to miss it.
Snap down, extra point on the way, and just good. Almost a mirror image of Harbaugh's extra point, Dave.
Yeah. That was so easy. That's frustrating. That is very frustrating for that to happen like that.
So we will head to our second overtime.
Yeah. And I'm thinking that they will have the ball first this time.
Right, Steel City gets the ball to begin this second overtime.
Another announcement here. We need some help on the chain game. We're down a man again. Need someone to help out with that. If someone could volunteer again, help out with that. Not sure what happened. The other person though is here helping, but we could use another hand down there. At least.
You want to go down, run the chains while you're at it?
Yeah, let me go.
We'll put the wireless headset on. Yeah, you could go down.
Yeah, that would have been really fun. Hey, I was talking to you guys from down there.
Right, we'd have had to use the button, though, every other play. Beep, 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 beep. This is not Morse code. This is censored language. So Steel City begins this second overtime with the football.
Number 19, Ray Ager, looks like.
So that's Green again at the quarterback spot. Dowsell is the tailback. He will throw it. Fires downfield. Receiver made the catch. Broke free from one defender. That's Jordan.
That's not no penalty. If I seen a flag come on that, we got to put. They better not throw a flag for that.
Number 7 of the Bobcats.
So that's a second down and a 5. Ball on the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he's delivering the ball with no problem. And we're not seeing the pressure. He's having time to set his feet. And Green actually looks a lot more calmer
in the pocket
than Brown.
They really haven't gotten much pressure on him.
Let's see if
Second
they can
and
do
4
that now.
from the 19. He'll drop to throw it again. Time, standing in the pocket, taking a shot for the end zone. Man out there, that is a touchdown for the Steel City Bobcats. Tyler Sherrill, number 2, pulls in the touchdown pass for Steel City. Their offense looks completely different with the change of quarterback.
Unbelievable. That's all I can say. How are you allowing guys to get outside that deep and open?
So now we'll see what Steel City elects to do here in the second overtime. Cariota's going to come out again.
Extra point attempt. On to kick, number 0, Pete Carey.
So Cariota's going to line up for the extra point. The bubble party down on the field, too. Patricians they're bringing the pressure.
Missed kick on this one.
Holder cleaning away some turf. Snap down, extra point on the way. This one is inside the right upright and good. And here in double overtime, it's a 14-7 lead for the Steel City Bobcats and a must-score and convert situation for the Patricians.
Boy, has this here. Now, broadcasting's game, and all the games we've done, we've just seen a lot. This one is taking something out of me.
We learned that, on kickoffs, there are live footballs.
Right.
Not everybody knew that.
Yep. We've just seen all kinds of things. Yep. We've done experienced a lot of different things.
Widening the clock while you're walking up the field to kick an extra point.
Yes.
So you never know.
Yeah. A lot of different things that happen. And, if the Patricians can get in the end zone, I think they got a big decision. Do we kick it again or do we go for 2? You're at home. Big decision.
McElroy
got to get in the end zone first.
Back in there at the quarterback spot. Graham, the tailback. Twin receivers to each side of the formation. Bates outside left. They snap it right to Graham, who took the football and rumbled upfield for a couple of yards. So Graham takes the direct snap for a couple.
Good reaction on the defense there, because that was actually a little sneaky little play there, because you can catch them really coming upfield and they'll run right past him. That could be a big gainer.
Little sleight of hand by Corey McElroy. Second and 9 from the 24.
Wow, what a game.
14-7, Steel City here in double overtime. McElroy overlooks the defense. He'll take the snap. Roll it out. Backside pressure. Throwing on the run. That ball is intercepted by the Steel City Bobcats. And this game is over. Final score in double overtime. It is Steel City 14 And the Youngstown Patricians 7 on Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local events. Tune in and be part of their live weekly shows, as well as the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the PAFL. Find them on westernreserveradio.com, tune in, and the Live 365 app to be part of the area's conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio or on Twitter at WR_radio.
To the stations that are always ahead of the game. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
Tough one here this afternoon for the Patricians. They fall in double overtime to the Steel City Bobcats, 14-7. With the loss, the Patricians dropped to 2-2 in the PAFL Tier 2. And the Bobcats improved to 4-0.
Yeah, boy.
That's a hard one today,
Yeah,
Dave.
it's a hard one. I'm telling you, those two losses, both of them are games that they should have won without question. And, boy, to lose like this, they hadn't given up any really big passes, anything. And
Until overtime.
Until overtime. Mm-hmm. 2 big passes. I mean, it's just unbelievable. But, I mean, it's long, hard, fought game in 90-degree heat for sure down there on the field, way over 90 on that field. So I got to give them credit to all these guys to be able to be out there and play like that. And the thing about it, we didn't see many injuries. We seen guys go down twice. They both got up and get to the sideline. So it's been great.
So that is going to do it for us here this afternoon from the Owl's Nest. Don't forget, next week, InfoCision Stadium in Akron, as the Patricians go from an undefeated team against, as we go to InfoCision Stadium in Akron to the Rapids, who are undefeated, who we just saw a couple weeks ago. So that will be the next game, and then 3 weeks from now, we return home to take on the Cobras for the final regular season game of final regular season home game of the year.
Yeah, we'll see them, and that'll be a nice one there, as we know those guys. So that should be a lot of energy in that game for sure.
So that is going to do it for us here this afternoon. For Dave Ferris, the executive producer, for my partner Dave Clark, my name is Mark Means. Patricians fall in double overtime, 14-7 on Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One network. Don't forget, over on Western Reserve Radio, we've got Cleveland Cobras action as they play the Phantoms at the Snake Pit. You can turn over to Western Reserve Radio 1 for that PAFL action. We'll talk to you next Saturday on the iMedia One network.
We'd thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.